Well, I just wanted to ask what were the things that you should not ask or should not do when having a conversation with an appraiser?
From the realtor to the appraiser
Yes.
perspective.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll start that because I know we all have lots to say about that. The first thing I would say is just be nice to the appraiser.
Let's start with kindness.
Yeah, I mean, if I get some realtor on the phone who's got a negative attitude, you're starting out in the hole, okay?
He's doing this.
But, I mean, if an appraiser calls you, they're calling for a reason, probably not to ask about your dog or your kids. They need a lockbox code. They need to get into a house because they've got some lender that's busting their chops to get the appraisal done. Or they want to ask you about one of your sales to verify some data. Call them back within a timely fashion. If you meet the appraiser at the house, I mean, this is just me. Don't follow me around and say, here's the closet, here's the dishwasher, here's the bedroom. Just, you know, I typically at the end of my inspection will talk to the realtor and let you say your piece. At that point, if you have some comparables, I mean, you've all seen appraisers out. We have a clipboard, a tape measure, a camera. We got stuff to drag around with us. If you start handing me papers right at the beginning, I got to make a trip out of the car to put them in there. Then you're feeling like I'm ignoring you probably. So I typically like to get everything done and then talk to the realtor at the end. And
That's just good manners. You know?
Yeah.
Almost like an exit interview or something like that.
And I'm not trying to be bad. I'm just there to do my job, which is to help everybody. And I always give them a chance to say something at the end. You know, tell me how great the house is.
That's good.
Even though we just spent 20 minutes looking at, go ahead. Or the homeowner for that matter. The homeowners always want to tell you how great their house is too. And as a courtesy, you just have to let them talk. Even though you have all these copious notes, that's just doing your job. You shouldn't be rude as an appraiser. If you
Robbie,
have a
I
rude
just
appraiser,
recently had an appraiser come to my house to do a refi appraisal when you were talking about those were difficult.
And I didn't even do the
And
refi.
I had cheese and crackers and
Yeah,
sandwiches.
there you go.
And I said, here's the beer cooler and the wine
Yeah,
cooler,
yeah.
and here's whatever you need, and I'm getting out of your way, and just let me know if you need any.
Hey, that's a great idea. there.
Let me remind you who I
The
am.
drinks out. Actually, say stay around the beer cooler for an hour. Call us back after you're done with the beer cooler. We'll talk to you in an hour.
And one other thing you have to remember too, everybody's favorite question when we're there is how much is it worth? We don't really know when we're there. And you have to remember our client is the mortgage firm or whoever it is, so we can only discuss that with them. So if you call me 4 days later and say, that's the worst appraisal I've ever seen, Greg, you are terrible.
Broke Greg's first rule. Be nice.
Yeah, I can't even discuss it with you. I'm really not supposed to talk to you about it. So
I will tell you, a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of lenders will, in talking with a listing agent, they'll say, look, we can't discuss certain things about a file with the listing agent. You all heard that before when you talked? That's not true. You can, there's a verbiage in the new contract, the new FAR contract, that gives you the ability to ask questions.
And if you have a
Including
copy of the
value.
appraisal, I mean, obviously we know it by what you're telling us at that point. Well, we may answer some questions then, but
Yeah.
you can't just cold call us and ask us about it.
But it's got to go to us first for us to probably deliver the
Right.
news, good or bad.
Ian or Gerard, anything to add to that? That was a great.
That was pretty good. My first question.
You want to be followed around, Gerard, like a puppy?
Not at all. Yes, please. Exactly what Greg stated. Yes, I'm doing my job. Please don't breathe down my neck the entire time and tell me every little tidbit. I'll ask those questions at the end. Give me that information at the end, and then I'll give you questions. My first question is, what's your age? My second question is, what's the value worth?
Age of the
tell
house?
you. No,
Yeah, I was
age of
gonna
me.
say-
They're asking you.
Like, are you old enough
Yes,
to do
they're
this?
wondering. And then I tell them I've been in it for 10 years. They're like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
But yes, I can't give you the value. You need to call them, talk to them about that. If they say it's okay for me to talk to you, I'll go in depth in everything you want to know. But you need to talk to them first.
Should we actually give you a copy of the contract and comparables?
I don't mind that. I mean,
Is that okay?
if you want to hand me information, I don't care. Give it all to me. I appreciate that. Typically, I won't look at it until I'm done with my valuation. And if I see something, oh man, that sale, apparently it didn't come up in my radius search. They might have mapped it wrong. Something might have happened. Then I'll take a look at it. But yeah, I'll do mine. Then I'll look at your stuff and I'll be like, okay, he did find a better sale than I'm sorry, I'm never going to admit to that. But yes, you did find it and I missed it.